Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one I finally found a reason to 5-star my Tempest Golem, and I'm going to show you how he can carry you through the Benefit 10 dungeon. So I'm going to go through my team. I've made the whole 2-star team just to show you that it can be done with only 2 stars through the Benefit 10 dungeon. But the key to this whole team is actually the Wind Golem. I'm going to leave a video of the team running through in the corner just because it is a very long run with all 2 stars. I wouldn't recommend just building all these 2 stars specifically for this dungeon, but these are just the ones I managed to use to get through it. But the big thing to take out of this video is the concept of how to clear the dungeon. What I've gone with is I've decided to use my Wind Golem as my tank. Because the boss has 2 single target attacks, if I do my Wind Golem with a whole team of water monsters, then the boss is only ever going to attack the Golem. And the big reason I use my Golem is, one, because I reckon he's a great unit, but mainly because of his self-defense buff that can be up almost 100% of the time if he uses proper AI. So what he will do is, and in this one I use my Golem for a lot of other stuff, so he's very fast, he's got plus 80 speed, but I could quite simply remove these 2 speed runes, glyphs, and put him on full HP and defense, and it would make him even more tanky. So people that are struggling to get these sorts of stats, you could do the same thing. You could just remove those 2 speed glyphs and just make him more tanky that way. When I was testing this, mine was dying a bit at 4-star, so I just needed to upgrade him just to get that bit more because I still wanted him fast for other content. But the other handy thing about him is that he won't attack the boss, and mine has got the skill on the first skill to stun the enemy. So he's always going to attack the Sphinx that gives the boss the invincibility buff. The immunity buff. And so he'll either be stunning that with a chance, or reducing its attack bar, or buffing himself with defense. Another reason I don't use, I have to keep mine fast, is because I have to use my Nymph healer, and because she's a regenerate healer, he has to take turns to get the heal. So I'll take you through quickly the rest of the team. So obviously it's my Nymph, she's my healer, she's been my healer through all the content. The next one is the Water Arcane Bird, just another fantastic unit. I don't have to go through that one again. Just solid support, the attack break, the speed slow, the shield, solid unit. The next one I put in was this Imp, the Water Imp. I just used it because it was a 2-star, and it has a really good kit. Like, it has super low base stats, so it's hard to glyph properly. But I just like the kit of it, where it has an attack that removes beneficial effects and increases the duration of negative effects. But then he also applies 2 poisons for 2 turns, upgrades to 3 turns if you want to skill him up, but I wouldn't recommend that early. And he also blocks positives. So that's very handy on the boss when he gets immunity. So that's why I built him. I just have an idea that maybe later on in the game, if they introduce, say, specific targeting where you can target the boss, he might even be good in the strength dungeon, even though he is water. So I just built him as a little bit of a project. I was trying to build another one for a joke, which was the Silverback, just because I love the design of them, but at 4-star I couldn't get the stats I wanted. I couldn't make him efficient. I just thought with the defense break and attack break he'd be handy, but it was a bit of a dead project for me. So I just decided to throw in my Ice Knight because he's another water 2-star, and like I said, the whole idea of it is just to use a full team of water plus your Wind Golem. And you can use other tanks as well. I think a fantastic one that would probably be better than the Wind Golem would be the Fire Colossus, but that is a 4-star, just because he is naturally high base stats and he can't be armor broken, so he's never going to get that big hit from the boss. On the other hand, you can do another setup with it, and you can do, if you have a very tanky earth monster that you think can survive, you can do that, and then you're free to use water, fire, and wind monsters in your team. But yeah, it's just if you find an earth monster you want to use. I just found that the golem was just a solid unit. I had him built anyway. I use him for lots of content, and I just wanted an excuse to 5-star him. And so when I look at this, my team, like I said, it's very slow. It takes almost 17 minutes, I think, for a run to complete, which is terrible, but it is what it is. But when you look at it from the other perspective, when I look at what 3-star monsters I could use on it, the team I would end up going for would be the Water Felicor, fantastic poisoner, has the attack bar reduce as well. The Water Fox, great unit for this, as if you use something like the Fox that has a heal, as the heal, not a regenerate, then you can make that really slow, tanky golem, and it won't matter because all that needs to happen is your Fox to have a turn for the golem to get healed up. So that's a good one, and she also has the steel beneficial effects, which is great for a boss with immunity. The next unit I'd look into, I'd try using the Imp still, just because of those poisons, the block beneficials. I feel like it could speed up the end of the run, but I'd have to test it and see if it got faster, if it was reliable enough, that sort of thing. But that was my idea. If not, I'd probably use either the Water Bird or the Water Holy Sister, if you have her, just because she's amazing with the extra heal and the cooldown reduction. And then the last unit I'd use would be the Water Tree. He won't get as many poisons onto the boss from the poison mail because he's only a single target attacker, but help through the waves, help bursting poisons. It's just a great unit. The extra regenerated help as well. So I feel like between that and the Water Fox, you'd be able to keep your team alive through the waves and everything. So that's the sort of thing I'd aim for if you have those sorts of creatures. But you can look at all your water monsters and decide what you want. Another way I thought of attacking the dungeon would be to use a reviver. Something like the, I don't think I have her, but the Fire Holy Sister. As she has that revives a monster with 100% health and a defense buff. And I just think you could use an earth monster. I feel like you could even get away with using the Earth Felicor or something like that as a poisoner. And then I feel like it could speed up your runs with the poisons. And then if he dies, he'll just get revived and he'll have that defense buff and the full health. So you should survive another couple hits, and I feel like you should be able to speed up your runs. Once again, that's just a theory I have. I haven't tested it yet, but let me know if you do test it out and you can try it. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. So Wind Golem, amazing tank. He's got such high base stats. I didn't think I'd find a way to actually need to 5-star him. So that's what I say. I was kind of happy that he was dying a bit at 4-star because it gave me the reason to 5-star him and find out his full potential. And he is just fantastic. Like I said, I could quite easily get him up to have another 4,000 or 5,000 HP and another, 300 or so defense, and he'd be super tanky. But I'm happy with the way mine is. And then just the rest water monsters, and you should be good to go. So I'll let the video play out of the dungeon so you can see it clear. But that's about it for the benefit dungeon. If this helped you out, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content. Like I said, I'm trying to go through the whole game. So the two things I have left are the strength dungeon and TOT. TOT is going to be a tough one. Strength seems pretty tough at the moment, but I think I'll get there with just the 2 stars. So stay tuned for the next one. Thanks, guys.